life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, the health futures lose by.
What's up, everybody? This is yours truly, Robert Ferguson, and this is Diet Free Life. I am excited and delighted that you have been able to tune in and catch me live. And for those of you who are catching the replay, I want to say thank you. And do me a favor, please like and make a comment. The goal is to get the word out so we can help some people. And today we're talking about brain health and something that many people are not aware of. Now, coming up this week, I'm doing a seminar on hormonal health, and you're going to find that intriguing. And we have some other cool updates coming up. So make sure if you're not on our YouTube channel, that you connect on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, there will be a bell that will pop up. And you want to make sure that you get all notifications. So when we go live, you can catch us. And then, of course, you'll get a reminder and you'll have full access to the replay. Now, we're going to talk about something that I know has affected me. And I believe it's affected many people. And we're talking about MS, dementia, the most popular form of dementia, Alzheimer's, which is type 3 diabetes, is the name they're going with more and more. We're going to talk about losing memory, brain fog, some real serious stuff. And then I'm going to share with you what most people do not know. And I've watched a lot of interviews on YouTube. I've watched programs, CBS, NBC, major high quality production segments on dementia, Alzheimer's, and no one is sharing what I'm going to share with you today. Now, if you have interest in learning more, then email me. My email is in the description. The email will come to me, and then I can send you additional information that can help you out. Okay? I'm going to play a couple videos to help support what we're talking about today. But just to make sure we're all on the same page, and I'm not going to waste your time. If you are concerned about dementia, Alzheimer's at all, even a little bit, even if you don't care about yourself, reducing your risks of these conditions. If you've been recently diagnosed with these conditions, to include MS, then you don't want to miss what I'm going to share with you, because I doubt that anyone that you've seen, I'm talking about your doctors, the so-called experts, are not going to share with you what I'm going to share with you today. Now, what motivated me to do this live, let me share that, is one of my clients who I've been coaching as her nutritionist for about 3 years now. She lives in an assisted living facility with her husband. Her name is Patricia. So big shout out to you, Patricia. You make me so proud. And Patricia came to me originally for losing weight. And then when you're helping someone lose weight, you start touching on all types of other connected concerns or interests, whether it's being able to move without discomfort, keeping a person fit, dementia, Alzheimer's, what we're talking about. And when you're in a facility that she's in, right, you have your own apartment, but yet there's a cafeteria and there's foods as part of a lot of these assisted livings. Now, keep in mind that assisted living, the food that they're providing as part of you being in assisted living, is institutionalized nutrition, meaning it's food and based on the guidelines of the U.S. dietary guidelines. Now, that may not be the healthiest, but that's the situation these people are in. And the food is being cooked with certain oils that I wouldn't recommend anyone to consume, and is not necessarily helping with reducing inflammation in the body or helping with reducing the risk of Alzheimer's. So you got to counterbalance that. So again, I'm giving you we're going to talk about something that's real, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff. Now, if you are a kid and you have a parent, you would want to know about this. If you're a growing, mature person, I mean, no one wants dementia. But let's go over some stats, and then we're going to get to it, okay? So let me be the one. Okay, I like to have this brain up because it speaks to me. Okay, we're talking about brain health. Okay, so here are some basic stats. I'm going to read them off to you. Okay, right now, when you look at dementia and Alzheimer's disease, and remember, Alzheimer's is a form of dementia. Over 55 million people around the world are living right now with dementia, and nearly 10 million new cases are reported every year. Okay, that's with the World Health Organization 2023. Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of dementia, accounting for 60 to 70% of the cases. That's why you hear about Alzheimer's mostly. In the United States, 1 in 9 people over the age of 65 has Alzheimer's. Now, keep in mind, every day, about 10,000 people turn to the age of 65. And right now, 1 in 9 people over the age of 65 has Alzheimer's, not potentially going to get, they have it. 1 in 3 seniors dies with Alzheimer's or another form of dementia more than breast and prostate cancer combined. So if you don't think Alzheimer's and dementia is something to be concerned with, think again. And let me say that one more time. 1 in 3 seniors die with Alzheimer's or another form of dementia. That's more than breast and prostate cancer combined. That's cited by the Alzheimer's Association. Then when you look at nutrition risks, and this is where it starts to get interesting. People with low levels of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, DHA, have accelerated brain aging and smaller brain volume. Low levels of omega-3, because that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to show you how you can test at home. You can find out if you have an adequate amount of omega-3 today. Yeah. Think about all the people that have lost family members to dementia and Alzheimer's that are hearing this for the first time. Think about all the people out there preaching about brain health and are not mentioning that you can check your omega-3 levels right now in the privacy of your home. To me, this is an injustice. Everyone who has a video out there talking about Alzheimer's, dementia, brain health, MS, I would delete all those videos and repost those videos so that you acknowledge this underlining factor that I have been speaking about and preaching for a while. And for over a year now, we've done the due diligence. This is available for everybody. Then when you look at your omega-3 index percentage, which again, you can do that test today, is also associated with lower risk of cognitive decline and dementia, right? So when you get that percentage, if it's under 4%, then I'm speaking to you, right? So when levels are less than 4%, well, I've tested over 500 people in the last year, and I would say 99% of those people are under 4%. The good news is that we get them up to 8%. Everybody can get up to 8%. Okay. And when you're at 8%, you lower the risk of cognitive decline. I actually had a couple of neuroscientists, and we were talking about this, a husband and wife team. And they were saying that 3% of Alzheimer's, right, is genetic. And that you can reduce the risk of dementia to include Alzheimer's by 50% just by increasing your omega-3s, DHA in your brain. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Then we're talking to people who have MS, multiple sclerosis. And there are people I have reached out to that are living with this, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And what I'm sharing with you, they don't even know about. That's the part that breaks my heart. And MS it affects nearly 2.8 million people worldwide, and it is most commonly diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 50. That's according to the MS International Federation, 2020. Now, low vitamin D is associated with increased risk and progression of MS. Now, if someone has, signs or symptoms of, or if they've confirmed that you have MS, I would be willing to bet that most of the procedures have included getting their vitamin D tested. If not, you may want to do that. Everybody would benefit. I mean, I think right now, Black folks in America, 85%, or I know it's over 80%, have low levels of vitamin D. And I can help you with that too. There's a way you can test that at home. And an easy way to get that good. And when you look at Hispanics, you're looking at over 70%. And when you look at everybody, over 50% have low vitamin D. So if you want to reduce your risk of MS, or you have early signs of it, you want to do a test, find out what your vitamin D levels are, and we can do that. And the exact same thing when it comes to omega-3. And then you look at polyphenols, fiber, omega-3s. Okay. So you hear me saying omega-3s. We've done many seminars on omega-3s. We do them every week. We talk about it all the time. We have a protocol for it. Everybody can improve that. And not just any omega-3. See, because the question has to come back to, like, how do I know if the omega-3 I'm buying is working? There's a test. There's an easy test that everybody can take in the privacy of your home, and it's scientifically validated. I'm going to show you an example what that test looks like. Okay. So I'm going to play a couple videos. The first video is Dr. Andrew Wild, and this video was done about 10 years ago. And I met Dr. Andrew Wild when it was 23 years ago. And he was talking about the exact same thing that he talks about in this video and what he still talks about today. And it pertains to omega-3. Okay, so let's watch this video.
Significant nutritional deficiency in this population is omega-3 fatty acids. The amount of research accruing on the health benefits of omega-3 fatty acids is overwhelming, not just for physical health, but for mental health. I think you can't be in optimum health if you do not have adequate intake of omega-3s. Most of us are not getting enough.
Did you hear those words? Most of us are not getting enough. The good news is there's a test, and everybody can find out. And we know that right now, just in the United States and Canada, right now, over 99% of everybody we all know are not sufficient when it comes to omega-3s. Right now, we know this for a fact. Man, I mean, this is so interesting, isn't it? People want to be healthy, and like, how can you even talk about better health if you aren't addressing the importance of, one, doing a test to find out where you are with your omegas, and not just omega-3s, but your ratio between omega-6 and omega-3. Okay, I'm going to play one more video for you. This video is with Dr. Artemis Samopoulos. She's 92 years old. She is a living icon. A living icon. One of my goals is to meet her this year and to interview her. And even if I couldn't interview, I just want to spend time with her because she has been preaching what I'm talking about right now for a very long time. She's the most cited endocrinologist, physician in the world when it comes to omega-6 to 3 ratio. Let's hear it in her words.
Very important is the composition of the fat, the essential fatty acids, omega-6 and omega-3. And it's really frightening to think that after all the research funded with taxpayers' money, today, the latest dietary guidelines for Americans do not mention the importance of the ratio of omega-6, omega-3, or the concept of a balance. It's not a matter that you have low amounts of omega-3s. It's the fact that a high amount of omega-6 and a low amount of omega-3, as it is in Western diets today, they influence the function of every cell membrane in the body. And the cell membranes consist of both omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, and it is important that they are balanced.
Don't take my word for it. This is one of the most respected endocrinologists in the world. And think about going to your endocrinologist and how they have not even brought this up. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. So let me give you an example, because if you get tested, which I have tests here, you can email me. I'll tell you exactly. If someone sent you this video, they care about you. They may be able to help you get a test because it's part of our growing team. It's a movement. It's a business of getting people healthier and getting people informed. It's all about nutrition, education, and we also have some coaching. How can you talk about dementia, Alzheimer's, MS, brain health, autism, ADHD, and not speak to the importance of what I'm talking about right now? So let me give you an example of what a test looks like. Okay, you get a 20-page comprehensive report. And I see we got some people here that are listening in, some amazing people. Sandy's got a test. Becky's got a test. Linda's got a test. Darlene's got a test. Patricia's got a test. And all of their tests get better and better and better because of the protocol of what they follow. And I mean, with total confidence, they have reduced the risk of many health conditions to include MS, Alzheimer's. I mean, come on. This is the real deal. Okay. So this is what a test can look like. So this is a person who's unbalanced, meaning their ratio, as you can see, the where it says 68-1, you want that to be 3-1 or lower to be in what we call a safe zone. Now, all of these boxes mean something, but the one thing I want you to know is that when you get your test done, you don't want it to be in the red. Now, it's going to be in the red for most of us, but the good news is that you're going to slowly see how all of these red boxes are going to go yellow, and then they're going to turn green. Now, I'm going to highlight the one that's called mental strength. That's right there, bottom left, second from the left. So let's zoom in on that. Okay, this is the ratio 68-1, and then this is the mental strength. Now, in your test, you're going to know, right? So all of these boxes mean something. And we're going to eventually get this out of the red, into the yellow, and into the green. And then you have confirmation in your cell membranes that you have an adequate amount of omega-3 in your body to include DHA and EPA. And you'll learn all of that as we work together. This is test-based nutrition. You don't have to guess. Now, if you're using a product different than the one that I endorse, and you just go buy some omega-3, do the test. Then you will find out, you will see up close that that product that you were trying to save money on or with ain't working. Again, I've personally tested 500 people, and 17 different products they were taking. When we did their test, the results were not good. Once they went with the balance oil that we endorse, and we do their test again, 120 days later, boom, we see nothing but progress. Test-based nutrition. We live in a world right now where people are not getting adequate amounts of omega-3, which is an essential fatty acid, meaning you must consume it. And people are not eating foods that are rich in omega-3. The fish that most people are eating is farm-raised fish. It's not wild fish. A lot of people don't even like fish. Then you have those people who are eating cage-free eggs, and they don't realize that those eggs are out of balance. They're high in omega-6 and low in omega-3. And as a result of eating that cage-free, range-free egg and a whole bunch of other foods people don't know about, they're causing their bodies to be inflamed, because when you're out of balance, you are inflamed. Oh, man. We're getting ready to do this one talk that you don't want to miss. It's going to be about hormonal health, getting people in balance. And every doctor that you know that's into like hormonal replacement therapy, helping people get in balance, some of them are going to be ashamed of themselves, because they're not speaking about the same thing we're speaking about as it pertains to dementia, Alzheimer's, cognitive skills, memory, ADHD, autism. I mean, I've watched kids be out of balance, like what we're talking about. Follow the same thing we recommend to you. Kid is nonverbal, can't draw inside the lines, and now they're verbal and they're in balance. They can draw inside. I mean, come on. We have an epidemic taking place. It's silent, and most doctors don't know about it. And if they do know a little bit about it, they're not aware of the easy way to test, because it's not standardized practice. And we're losing people, and people are not optimizing. They're doing a lot of things that just isn't helping them. How do I know that? Because there's a test. When you have a biomarker and you can test, that says everything. It's kind of like when you go to the doctor and they say, hey, you have symptoms that you may be low in vitamin D. And because you have symptoms, let's test. So we don't got to guess. Then when the results come back, they go, yep, you're low on vitamin D. Then they put you on a routine. You follow that routine. 3 months, 4 months later, they test you again. Now you're no longer low with vitamin D, which proves that whatever you were doing is working. Because if it wasn't working, the test would say you're still not sufficient. Well, the same thing comes into play when it pertains to what we're talking about right now. The omega-3 fatty acids, what's going on inside your body, which is also looking at what's taking place inside of your brain. And there's a lot of other things we could be talking about. Now, as you can see on the screen here, 1 in 3 seniors die with dementia, but up to 40% of dementia cases are preventable. What? Now, I don't have the citation in front of me for that one, because I was told by some neuroscientists that you reduce the risk of Alzheimer's, dementia, by 50%. Okay, 40 to 50. Those are pretty good odds when you see that 1 in 3 seniors are dying from this. If I was 65 years old, 71 years old, turning 80, I would be emailing me right now, or anybody who shared this video. If you have your right mind at this moment in time, it ain't too late. It takes 120 days to see major progress with your tests. So we do a basic test, takes about 2 minutes to do the test, if that. You prick your finger, put a little blood on this little card. It goes all the way to Norway, the #1 laboratory in the world, scientifically validated. You get your results back 10 to 20 business days. Then you know where you are. You follow the routine that we recommend. What's going to happen? 120 days goes by. We do a test again. Boom. I'm telling you right now, your results are going to be better. And what I've told every one of my clients, if they're not, I'll give you $1,000 cash, because they're always going to be better. When you have over 99% of everybody walking around deficient, a lot of these people are like health gurus and influencers, and they're talking health and encouraging people, and they are just ignorant. They don't know, but they're about to know, because there's a movement, and our goal is to get the word out and fill that gap that a lot of these influencers have. I'm just so happy I hadn't written my new book yet. I haven't written a book since 2011. If I had written a book and then know what I'm sharing with you, but this information wasn't in the book, I would feel horrible. So thank you, God. It also says a low omega-3 index percentage, under 4%, increases your risk of Alzheimer's and brain shrinkage. How can you talk about Alzheimer's and dementia and MS without addressing this very important factor? You can't, unless you're just uninformed. You just don't know. Anti-inflammatory nutrition, okay, all of that is there. We make this stuff available to everybody. So that's pretty much it. Now, if you have questions, post them. If I don't catch them live, because we go live on multiple platforms. We're on YouTube. Sometimes we're on LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm getting ready to start doing some stuff on Rumble. The goal is to get the word out. We have the best opportunity for people to reduce their risk of dementia, Alzheimer's, MS. This is not a medical claim. It's just reporting the data directly from the World Health Organization, the National Institute of Health. Every establishment out there knows the importance of omega-3s. The challenge that we've had is that up until now, there wasn't really a test that people could do easily to find out where they are and then follow a routine and retest to see that what they've been following is actually working. I mean, you gotta love this stuff, man. So it's like, I find it all just intriguing. As I set up my site to, or not site, but I set up things to kind of get us out of here. So again, I'm Robert Ferguson. I share because I care. This Saturday, we got some cool stuff happening. Make sure you sign up with my YouTube. Just go there, like it, subscribe. If you're a Facebook friend of mine, hello. Please share this information. We got to get the word out because people don't know this. Go watch people talk about dementia and Alzheimer's, and I guarantee you, very rarely will they talk about omega-3. And if they do talk about the importance of omega-3, I would be willing to bet you that they're not talking about a test or test-based nutrition to confirm that you are in need of it, and then to prove that the routine you follow actually works. Now, if they are talking about a test-based nutrition approach, as I'm sharing, and they do mention there's a routine that you can follow and then retest to prove that it's working, they're probably part of our team. They're probably part of the mission. But a large majority of people have absolutely no idea. All right. I'm Robert Ferguson, and I'm back and on track. So stay tuned. Catch me tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, then the next day. But I'm here. And again, if you want to reach me, just go down in the description area. My email is there. Send me an email, and I'll be back in touch. All right? So until the next one, I'm out of here, people. All right, let's go.
Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information, bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices that see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right, teaching you to pair food with each bite, balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right.